Hello, Virgo. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn, Supportive Oracle Cards, Magical Spell Oracle Cards by Lucy Cavendish. Been trying to work with the light here, so hopefully you guys can see everything fairly easily. My fun little blanket over here trying to block. Ironically, it's only this bright on camera. It's kind of a cloudy day outside, so I'm surprised it's so bright. All right, Virgo. What do we got for Virgo? Ooh. Okay. I like this. I almost feel like the first thing we're going to see if this is where it goes, but it seems like knowing when it's time to leave the party or when it's best to go home, like knowing when the best part has happened and being like, okay, that's cool, and letting it go. I feel like that's what it's saying. Something about knowing when it's best to disconnect, something like that, because this feels really good. And I feel like they're trying to help you like keep that and know when it's time to like let something go before things start to change. Something like that. Let's see where we go. Temperance with the King of Cups is what you're starting with. Can you see these cards? I'm just testing this because I want you to be able to see it, obviously. Trying to block out that light. So what you're starting with is Virgo's natural energy, in my opinion, seems to be, take it slow, think about what you're doing, put the honest effort into it, keep at something, but make sure what you're doing makes sense, and adjust, but don't make rash decisions. That's a lot of what I'm feeling with this. That seems to very much fit with Virgo. Pay attention to how things are coming together, go at it slowly, be careful, you know what I mean? Don't just run out the door with a whim. Think about what you're doing, especially if you're like purchasing land or if you're going into a new job. Choose what you want very carefully, build the base very thoughtfully. But I'm also getting whatever you're going into here. You got the King of Cups in the sense of like you're very excited about it. You very much want to do this, and you have high expectations. But I also see you coming into this with an air of reality, kind of like I have a very optimistic viewpoint, but I don't want to be ridiculous. And I also, your energy comes into this like, I really expect this to work out, but I think it hinges on how I'm going into it, paying attention to what I'm absorbing, doing my best with what I have. I don't think just anybody would make out in this situation. I believe I will make out in this situation because I'm very careful and thoughtful about how I'm handling it. Being very careful and diligent with it is why I'm going to get some great success, and you are expecting that. Makes sense. You're starting off great. Cool, good. And when you get involved in this situation, you're all about it. The strongest energy I'm getting here is your conviction and what you're bringing to the table, especially your viewpoint. You're expecting to succeed, and you have a certain mindset, like I have to invest in this to get out. What I put in, I'll get out. And that's one of the things I think you really love about this situation. This is one of those things that will honor that mindset. The more you put in, the more you get out. Because that's not always the case in life. I'm sure you've learned that. That, you could put a lot of effort into something and get nothing out. And that's very frustrating. But this is one of those things where you're like, no, I've seen how other people have done it. And it's worked for them. It'll work for me. You have the Lover's card, passing the test, passion, excited about this. You're making the situation very stable. Now, the support around you is good, but it doesn't match your level of commitment. Again, trying to black out the light there. That doesn't match your level of commitment, but it doesn't need to. You're creating what you want of this. You're not dependent on somebody else's enthusiasm. You're creating your own and creating your own path forward. There is positive energy around you. It's just not as strong as yours, but it's fine. You're stabilizing this. You're creating a great future for yourself because of this. The thing is, as you keep moving forward, you're very diligent and you're very on point and you're putting it together and you're putting things where they need to go. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. Other people are going to feel like they've made decisions that aren't helping them get where they want to get. You got success with the Nine of Swords, but this is in the environment. People are watching how you're doing it and kind of like regretting that they're not putting in the same effort you are. I feel like there might be a little bit of jealousy, but I don't feel like you have to worry about this type of jealousy. Kind of like you have the drive and ambition and the dedication to handle it in a way that's actually paying off, and they don't seem to be able to connect with it the way you are. You're looking at this long haul. I need to put in a lot of work here. I need to keep going at it. I need to keep doing what I need to keep doing to make this work out. You have a very dedicated attitude. Other people, that's just not how they work. So there might be a little bit of jealousy with how you're handling it, but it's not like they want to take it from you. It's just not the way they handle things, if that makes sense. Like there might be a little bit of jealousy, but I don't see it disrupting. I don't feel it is a disruption. I feel like it's just kind of like, the way you handle things. People admire that and they're slightly jealous of it because they just don't seem to be able to do it themselves the same way. At some point, I feel like there's like some type of like, I wish I could do it the way you do it type attitude coming towards you. And you're like, well, I can tell you how I do it. It's not a problem for you to do that. I can tell you what I'm doing that got me where I am. And I can see you also saying, like, I don't see why you can't try to do it. Give it a shot. See what happens. Some of you might look at it kind of like, well, if I can do it, you can do it. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't know why I'm tripping on this, but just in case, because it's funny because I can think of when I was younger, it was a Virgo who said this to me, oddly enough, who I very much liked. And they said, well, if I can do it, anybody can do it. And I remember thinking to myself, no, maybe not, because the person I knew was very like, when they started something, they finished it, they kept going. They did a little bit every day and they got there. But I know other people who get bored with that, or they can't stay centered, or they lose focus. So it's one of those things where I thought, it's kind of like trying to simplify the situation. Like, if I can do it, anybody can do it. And I almost felt like they were cheapening their own assets. Like, some people, that's your gift. You can stick with something. That's literally a gift. Other people can't do that. And it's almost like I feel like people play themselves down and other people down when they use comments like that. Like, if I can do it, anybody can do it. No, you might have something that other people can't do. And it's better to address that and be like, this is your way and you succeed this way, rather than be like, well, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Because take that grain of salt into this. You literally might be able to do that, and you may think it's really simple and easy for you. Other people just may not be able to do it. They don't have the focus, the drive, the dedication. That's just not their thing. This is a great thing about you. This is probably a more unique thing than you realize. Not everybody can do that. That's not everybody's strength. Because I feel you trying to help, and I feel your energy going towards somebody like, hey, it's really not that hard. Just do it this way. Just do it like that. And to you, it's easy. It's simple. It's flowing. You're like, it's not really that hard, because it's your natural flow in life. Like, don't downplay yourself. The fact that you can do this, not everybody can do what you do. I feel like that's what we're trying to put here. Not everybody can do it. Like, that's a asset to you. That's a credit to you. I just remember that when I was younger. I was in my 20s, and I remember thinking that person was like playing themselves down without realizing it. Like, I don't know, that's one comment that's always stuck in the back of my brain when somebody says, well, if I can do it, anybody can do it? Probably not. You might not be giving yourself enough credit to how good you really are at something. I'm just saying. Because I feel like you're giving advice and you're trying to help people see how to do it. You also might want to keep that a little bit more freeform, kind of like give them the basic blueprint, the skeleton, if you will, of the situation, the skeleton of the building, whatever. Let them fill in their own needs and wants, whatever they need to do to make it work out. Give them the skeletal system and let them fill it in from there. I feel like that's a lot better for you, because then you're not feeling like you're over investing in something that may not work out for somebody else, even though it seems very simple. And I really think it's a credit to you that this is like your strong suit to get things done this way. Let's just look at it that way. And if you give just the skeletal system, whatever they do with it, you're not over invested. It's like, okay, here's the outline. This is how I do it. Fill in the blanks as you need to. You should be fine. And then, because they're going to have to take it and they're going to have to meld it to their own way too. Keep that in mind. Because you're doing something really good. Things seem to change. You seem to be helping people go up a level, and you're getting credit for this. So don't worry. Like, people are realizing like you're helping, and that's making a big difference. Again, trying to black out that light. Best possible decision. The Chariot. Things go forward very quickly. This is good. This is a great thing. This goes to your credit too. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm still in that soapbox. Like, Bishop, don't play yourself down though. Don't, like, I really, like, especially in a work situation, you don't want to say, if I could do it, anybody could do it. Don't play yourself down. Even if you feel that way, that's okay, but don't put it out there. Like, let other people realize that you have a lot to give, and this is your strong suit. Don't let that be played down. This is a good thing. Like, let this go to your credit. That's all I'm saying. It's don't play it down. Don't do that. Allow yourself to get the accolades you deserve. You know what I mean? More is coming from this. And it's going to be all about how you handled this moment. Be careful with this. I think that's why we're so on, like, the soapbox, I would like to say about it. Don't play yourself down. Be careful of the comments you say. Don't act like anybody could do this. Even if you truly believe that, that's okay. But I'm getting it's not really the truth. Like, you are really good at what you do, and it fits. You're an asset. This is your strong suit. And if you are careful about the wording, and just don't play yourself down, that's all. How you helped out, because you're helping other people move up and move forward, that's another asset. The fact that you're even willing to help people. A lot of people out there in life are not willing to help, and that's their business. But the fact that you are willing to help, this is what's also moving you forward. Not only that you have a good plan, you stick to it, but then you're willing to show others. Another asset to your credit. I also feel like a lot of people play that down too. Well, yeah, it's just being open and being willing to help. And people play that down like anybody can do that. Not everybody's open to that. It's another asset to your credit, and let it be. Even if you feel like it's a common thing, just all I'm asking is that you don't play it down, because you're going to cheat yourself out of some good things. Let other people make that decision that that's a credit. It really is a credit to you. The Death card's coming in here with the Magician. More possibilities. It's all about how you're handling this. It's really good. It's all about what you've done so far. The Six of Cups is saying your next opportunity coming forward is all about how you're being perceived in the past. There's nothing negative here. This is why I'm beating it up yet again. If they think you're playing yourself down, it's just people aren't going to see you as good as you really are, so don't do it. They're also looking at you, this next opportunity coming forward, it requires a lot of dedication and time to make it go right. Whatever it is, it's like a long haul situation. Like, things have to be changed. I feel like there's a lot of work in putting something together right, or researching something to make sure it works out right, putting a lot of time in. That's another reason people are choosing you. Because this is in your wheelhouse. Like, you do this. This is something you naturally fit with. I think that's really good. It's up to you to decide whether you want to do this or not, right? And I get the Two of Wands, like, you have to decide whether you want this next opportunity. Take it. The reason I'm saying take it is because something is going to move on one way or another. At this point in the situation, you're very happy. You're very valued. Okay? Things are going well. I'm getting this situation is going to change. It's a good time to let it go. It's a good time to move on to something else, because you've helped it. You've done your best with it. The weather, whatever you want to call it, is about to go in a different direction. And that's not going to be as comfortable for you. You got the Devil in the environment. Yes, I will acknowledge this could be Capricorn. Capricorn does get along well with Virgo. That is also true, stereotypically. Like, you have other things in your chart, so it doesn't mean if you're a Virgo and you're just like, well, I never get along with Capricorns. Stereotypically, most Virgos should get along. Earth gets along with Earth like that, usually. But what I'm getting is, like, the Devil card in the environment is telling me things are going to start to take a different turn. This is time to get out and go towards something else and establish somewhere else. if you stick in this situation, it's just going to go bad. Is what I'm getting. There's something here that's going a completely different direction. Somebody else wants to take control or something. I'm getting like control issues. People who just, they're not going to celebrate you as much is what I'm getting. Take it while you can. Moving on with the mermaid magic seduction is like, I feel like you're kind of having this weird feeling like, is this really a good idea? Like I'm invested here already, and I kind of feel like I'm skipping out if I do that. But if you look at the situation is already good. What you're leaving it at is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Go towards this new situation. Get this new opportunity. Also be aware of people, because I'm feeling this devil card again. People trying to make you feel bad about moving on. Don't let that be a thing. Don't let that be a thing. You deserve this next move forward. So if somebody's trying to guilt you into staying, just don't play into it. Don't give that thought. You deserve this next situation. You don't want to end up letting something pass you by and 4 or 5 months go by and you're just like, oh, if I had just had known, I didn't realize it was going to be like this. If I had known it was going to be like this, I would have went that other way in 2 seconds. You don't want to end up in that situation. Anything else? I think we're good. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.